Good morning, students. This is my lecture number 2 for the poem Keeping Quiet for class 12th, subject English. This poem is taken from your main course book Flamingo, and this poem Keeping Quiet is composed by Pablo Neruda. Children, in my lecture number 1, I explained the complete poem line by line to you, and now in this lecture, I will recapitulate the poem with its theme, and then we will proceed to the textual exercise of the poem, and then you will be assigned homework. So let's begin the poem. This poem is basically an anti-war poem, and this is written with the theme which is deeply concerned about violence, cruelty to animals and plight of manual workers. The poet offers a very simple solution to all such problems of human beings, that is self-introspection. According to the poet, self-introspection is the simple solution to many of our social, political and religious problems. Now, I'll tell you the complete summary of the poem again, and then we will be solving textual exercise. In the beginning of the poem, the poet Pablo Neruda asks everyone to count up to 12 in their mind, and he chooses number 12 because 12 number represents the hours of the day or the months of a year. The basic purpose of using this number 12 by the poet is to show people that life is an ongoing process that does not wait for anybody else. Then he proceeds further and he asks that for once on the surface of this earth, let's not speak in any language. He urges the people not to speak in any language. He wants all of us to be calm and still for a moment. People across the nations have to unite together, so they shall not speak their own languages. Rather, they all shall keep quiet and speak the language of silence. He says, let's stop for 1 second and not move our arms so much. This will bring unity among all the humans on the face of this earth. For at least one moment, he wants, no one shall move his arms either to signal or to fight or to argue with each other. Because whenever we are explanatory, we start moving our arms so much. The poet requests us not to be explanatory to anybody else. And that is the solution. When everything becomes still, everything becomes silent, then we create space for ourselves. And that space will help us to achieve the solution of all the problems that human beings are facing. Children, then in next lines, Pablo Neruda says it would be an exotic moment. He says when everything will come to a standstill, it will be a rare situation. It will be an unusual experience for all human beings, because that moment will be without rush, without engines. No engines will be running, no sound will be created. So everyone will be calm and quiet, united with each other in a strange atmosphere. Everybody will behave like strangers, and that strange atmosphere will be in favor of each other because nobody knows anybody else, but everybody is treating others as equal. So it will be strange because it has never happened earlier. The poet says, no person would be harming any other living being either for food or to earn his livelihood. Here he gives the example of fishermen in the cold sea would not harm whales. He says, though we know that his livelihood depends on harming whales, but when everybody will stop for a while, would not harm any other breed or species on this land. And then he gives us the example of the man gathering salt would look at his own hurt hands. Then he says that all the people who work endlessly will get some time to look at their injuries and the damage they have caused to their body. He proves this with the example of the man gathering salt into the sea. He says that once we stop for a while, then and then only we would be focusing on ourselves, that what we are actually doing and what we are sent to do in this world. Were we really sent to do all the things that we are performing in our daily life at daily basis? No. So this is the poem that is awakening all of its readers to know who is doing what and what is to be done by whom. That is the complete sum up of the poem that the poet Pablo Neruda is laying stress on. Then in next lines of the poem, the poet writes, those who prepare green wars, wars with gas, wars with fire, victory with no survivors. Here the poet talks about the people who exploit the green wealth of nature by deforestation or mining or fishing in the deep seas, and the soldiers who use weapons to kill fellow human beings need some time to introspect into the consequences of their actions they have been doing. He says, suppose the wars happen, wars against environment, wars with poisonous gases, and wars with fired arms or armed forces. If they are won, still there is a loss of mankind. Why? Because they are won at the cost of innocent lives. If you achieve victory in those wars, that victory has no meaning because that victory is attained at the cost of many innocent survivors. You are losing survivors to win the war, so that war does not mean any good to any human being. So the poet says that when we are away from all these wars, we would spare some time to introspect into the consequences of our actions. They are merely doing their jobs or following the orders. He wants those people to put on new clothes. He says, would put on clean clothes. Clean clothes means new clothes. That is, to adopt a new approach towards life, to realize that killing so many people is not a victory. He wants all of us to be united as one, consider our enemy to be our brothers. He is promoting brotherhood, peace, and unity. He does not want us to stop our works, but to take some time and analyze the results of the actions that we have been doing daily. So in these lines, the poet is talking about the wars which are happening at daily basis to spoil not only the environment but the mankind. He says humans are running a rat race to stand first, and they forget the fact about behind this rat race, that this rat race is not making them win the race, but they are not leaving their fellow beings behind. Instead, that the people are leaving mankind behind. They are leaving the tokens of humankind behind. And due to this, the world is promoting wars, devastation, and destruction. As the poet has requested all of his readers to be quiet for a moment till he counts 12, there he clarifies his doubt that he does not want people to be confused with total inactivity. Instead, he suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of our life. Then, the poet says, what I want should not be confused with total inactivity. He does not want us to be inactive. Instead, he wants us to make our life better. He says, life is what it is about. Means, it is in our own hands if we want to make or mar our life. If we want to make it a bed of roses, then we need to do struggle in our life. If we become hard with life, life will be easy with us. If we become easy with life, it will become hard with us. And further the poet says, I want no truck with death. There also I told you, truck means association, fear. The poet says all human beings work endlessly with the aim of completing all their tasks. They are driven by the target of survival and the threat of death. So they are in a mad rush to accomplish all their works. He says that perhaps if they pause for a while, they can appreciate their achievements and their lives would become happier. He suggests that by keeping quiet, we will be able to understand the true purpose of our lives. And then the poet says, it is the time to stop and see what has been achieved or should be enjoyed. The poet says this will help us skip the sadness which has become so prominent in our lives. The sadness of not enjoying what we have achieved and the greed to achieve what next is in the list to be achieved. The poet says, we must not run a rat race. Instead, we must take a pause now in order to think what we have achieved should be enjoyed by us. But we are running a race to get more and more by hook or crook, and that race is endless. There is no end of this race. So the poet says that race will create a sudden sadness in your lives, and there will be no understanding with ourselves if that sadness is created. And that sadness will take us towards our death. So it's better, till the time we are blessed with this life, we must realize the right purpose of getting this life. Now, in the end of the poem, the poet Pablo Neruda suggests us to take a teaching from nature. He gives us the best example from the nature, the example of earth. He says, perhaps the earth can teach us as when everything seems dead and later proves to be alive. The poet Pablo Neruda suggests us to take a teaching from nature. As the earth undergoes changes, in winter everything seems dead because everything freezes, becomes lifeless. But after some time, the season changes again and everything comes back to life. Similarly, taking a pause and introspecting into our lives will give it a new meaning. We will be able to understand the purpose of our life. It will be like a rare birth of the soul. Then the poet has conveyed to all of the people the purpose of his message, and so he asks them once again to take a pause, count till 12 and walks out of the scene, keeping the scene open for all the people on the earth to experience this for times to come. Then the poet says, we must learn a lesson of life from the earth because there is life under apparent stillness. And this lesson can be learned only through the example of the earth. Then the poet says, now he will count up to 12 because here he has taught us the lesson of life. And he says, all of us must think over it and all of us must realize the real purpose of coming to this life and achieve the motto of getting this human birth. Then here the poet ends his poem with a hope or with a theme that we must not get involved in different bad activities because our bad activities will result into bad consequences. So it is better to perform good deeds to attain life with a happy, peaceful and enjoyable manner. At last, the poet talks about the necessity of quiet introspection, and it will help people to understand themselves and will create the feeling of mutual love and relationship. By quiet introspection, the poet does not mean total inactivity. Instead, he wants full involvement with life. And quiet introspection will establish a spiritual and physical union that is most desirable for the survival of the earth and of human beings. This is the complete explanation of the poem. I have recapitulated the complete poem for your better understanding, children. And now let's proceed further. We shall begin with question number 1, which is given in your main course book after the poem ends. Question number 1 is, what will counting up to 12 and keeping still help us achieve? Though it has been explained several times in the poem, but still for your understanding, I must tell you the right answer. If we count up to 12 and keep still, it will give us some time to introspect our deeds. It will allow us some moments to think about the result of our activities. People in the world are involved in wars and are also damaging the environment in order to achieve their aims. Unfortunately, this is taking all of us towards our own end. So, we need to think in order to achieve peace and harmony. So, counting up to 12 will help us achieve time to introspect our deeds that would help us to think what is right and what is wrong, and how we can achieve peace and harmony in our life. Children, your question number 2 is, do you think the poet advocates total inactivity and death? The answer itself is given in the poem when the poet says, I do not want you to be confused with total inactivity. I want no truck with death. Here the answer is clearly given of this question. So, how to write this answer is, no. The poet Pablo Neruda does not advocate total inactivity and death. He clarifies this in his poem that he wants all the people to just stop for a while in order to analyze their activities and their consequences. He wants human beings not to support war and damage to the environment. In fact, he wants us to be involved with life to make it a bed of roses, not a bed full of thorns. Because he has written further, life is what it is about. So it's up to us whether we want to enjoy the life or we want to just spend it in all the struggles we are doing to win the race which is endless. Let's proceed to question number 3, which is, what is the sadness that the poet refers to in the poem? And the answer to this question is, the sadness is the result of our actions and deeds that we are performing in our day-to-day lives. According to the poet, we all are in a hurry of achieving various tasks in our life. This rush sometimes proves dangerous for us, as we don't analyze our actions, so we land ourselves in a number of problems. And these problems then become the reason for our sadness as referred to in the poem. And he says, this sadness would be quite enough to lead us towards our death. And what we have gained till today, we would not be able to enjoy that unless we stop running a rat race. The last question of this poem is, what symbol from nature does the poet invoke to say that there can be life under apparent stillness? Children, the poet Pablo Neruda takes the example of earth to prove that there can be life under apparent stillness. The earth never gets inactive. That remains active forever. We experience the change in the seasons which bring so many different things with it. In winters, things come to a standstill as the water bodies freeze. The trees shed their leaves, etc. But as soon as the spring season comes, it brings with it the lovely flowers, flowing rivers, and a new life is given to the nature. So the poet wants to convey that we should stay calm, but that doesn't mean it will bring total inactivity and stillness in our life. Because life is an ongoing process, and to make our survival possible, it is important to remain active forever. And the lesson of calmness can be learned from nature with the example of earth. So this was the end of all the textual exercise discussed here. Children, I have recapitulated the complete poem for your understanding, and I have discussed all the question answers with you so that you people can learn and write all these discussed question answers in your fair English notebook. Those who have not written the summary of the poem are supposed to summarize it first, and then summary will be followed by all the discussed question answers. I hope you people would have enjoyed it and learnt the lesson of keeping quiet. So, this is the end of the lecture. Enjoy your day and spare some time for self introspection. Thank you. Have a nice day.